Storm, earth, and fire, heed my call.
What's up everyone, it's Waves and today I have a new M+ commentary for you guys. It was a Necrotic Wake 24, which is my highest key so far. And it was in this week, so Tyrannical, Raging and Volcanic. And I would say we just start right up. It was a key I played on stream, which if you want to check out me play keys live basically, it's twitch.tv/waveswow. And yeah, as always, 1 second before the key starts, we use our wolves to get some mates and weapon stacks. And yeah, then I will just talk you through the key. It's, as I said, a Necrotic Wake, and you can see it here. Basically Necrotic Wake with the weapons and like the damage buffs and stuff that you get. Pretty much the key plays itself at the end of the day. Like, you get all the tools that you need to time the key from the dungeon, you just have to know how to use them basically. So first pull, we Bloodlust here, even though it's Tyrannical, we Bloodlust on trash. Use everything here as an Enhancement Shaman, don't hold anything. You can burst 60k, sometimes even 70, up to 80k here if you play it correctly and you get a little bit lucky with crits. Pretty much just, as I said, use everything, get everything on cooldown because the route that we are playing, I want to get Ascendance back for the boss, of course, and then pretty much we go from there. You can see on the left side, I'm tracking cooldowns of my group mates now. However, I do want to reduce the amount of stuff that I'm tracking. Like once I started tracking them, I just like clicked everything that I thought could be useful in some way. But I think it's definitely time that I remove some stuff. You can even see it's overlapping because I didn't know that I had so many things that I wanted to track on Priest. So for the next couple of videos I will definitely like cut back on the things that I'm tracking because I don't need to see all of that stuff. First of all, I just wanted to check like a bit more stuff to see what's really necessary for me to track, and then I can cut back on it basically. So now we play this pack on the left side here. What we try to do is we want to use the Fleshcrafter with the throwing axe thingy to kill the other ads. Then we want to enrage him, and then we want to pull the tormented guy so that the enraged Fleshcrafter can basically just kill the tormented guy for us. Which is basically the first quote-unquote tool that we come across here in Necrotic Wake that we can use to our advantage, that basically times the key for us, so we don't actually have to do all of that damage. So as you can see, we pull in the tormented guy here, and the Fleshcrafter is enraged already, so all that we want to do now is basically to not kill it. I got stuck there for a little bit, and we got the flame patch on the ground, so this was a little bit scuffed here, but we got out of there, no one died, so it's fine. Now we just gotta make sure, because we have a lot of like passive cleave, that we really don't want to kill the Fleshcrafter here. And you can see like that just took like 20 to 25% of the max HP of the tormented guy. Our healer, while baiting the flame patch on the ground there, dies unfortunately, but the run back is really short in Necrotic Wake in the beginning. Right before the Fleshcrafter dies, we get the last cleaver here to finish off the tormented guy, and then we finish the crafter, and that's all there is to it. We get the anima power, we take Champion's Brand. What I like to do in Tyrannical weeks is I play, obviously I play, you can see all of my talents in the top left corner of the screen, right? I like to play a very single target setup, and I like to play 1 Champion's Brand and 1 Necrotic Dagger for even more single target damage. So we pull these 3 enemies here. I think we actually want to get more trash. Yes, we get some more trash from over there. I'm not sure if I will hold my Doom Winds because I need it for the boss. No, I will actually use it because we pulled so much trash that we want to do before the boss. So I use the Doom Winds here. I will probably get my cooldowns a little bit later into the fight then, like into the boss fight. But it's fine as long as I get them during the boss fight, which on a Tyrannical 24, of course, the boss will live for a long time. And yeah, pretty much seeing how many trash enemies we pulled here. If I didn't Doom Winds here, this would have just taken ages to kill, and then by the time that it would die, I could have just used the Doom Winds basically, which is why I chose to do it here. And yeah, I mean, you can see that trash is about to die here, and I already have less than 20 seconds left on my Doom Winds, so it's definitely better to not sit on it for too long and rather just use it. And worst case, you just have to wait a little bit into the next pull before you use it again basically. So yeah, we're activating the Goliath here to get the buff. which is the next tool that we see here. We also picked up a spear already and a hammer. Also great tools in Necrotic Wake to help time the key. We pick up an orb here. My Doom Winds is ready again. Everything is ready. I think we pulled a big pack there with the elites onto the boss as well. I just wait a little bit to not pull aggro on anything here. So I wait until the boss is here. I flame shock it. Then I use my wolves and my crash and my ascendance. Actually, because my global was a little bit longer than I thought it would be, I pressed Doom Winds, but it didn't go off, unfortunately. So my Doom Winds comes in late here in the Ascendance. It's not that big of a deal. I mean, I still did like 40k DPS. I definitely missed out on a ton of damage there. That's just like an error on my end. It happens very rarely, but it's like when you're used to like specific global cooldown, and then things change so you don't have enough haste or whatever, you know, you can really feel it. Maybe it's because I was used to play this boss with Bloodlust, maybe not, I don't know. So yeah, anyways, Doom Winds didn't go off. I used it late, missed out on a bit of damage, but even then still, it's a 24 Tyrannical. It's already like at like 40% HP with the Rogue Spear. Obviously Rogue Spears are very valuable because they can still make the spear crit with Master Assassin, if that's still the case. I could be wrong on that. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's still how it works. So yeah, pretty much with this fight on Tyrannical, the biggest problem that a lot of like groups have is that they run out of space because they take so long to kill Blightbone here that they just straight up run out of space and have to pull trash onto it. But if you use this ledge over here, this platform where you can walk on to kite the boss properly, then you can like extend the boss fight by quite a bit. And that's exactly what we're doing here. Since we can't really pull it back towards the entrance, which is what some groups do as well, because we shrouded through the middle, right? We skipped pretty much all the trash on the right side, so yeah, we kind of have to use all the space that we have here and hope that we can finish it by the time that we run out of space. But as we can see, I mean, it's down to 15%. We are kind of running low on space here, but we're not really too worried to run out of space here. Also, like these worms that he spits out sometimes, in a high Tyrannical key, you actually gotta be careful of those, because they do quite a bit of damage and they have quite a bit of HP. So we pretty much just CC'd them the whole time. I could use them here and there to funnel some more damage into Blightbone, but for the most part we just try to CC them and try to get it done that way. At the very end here, the healer and the warrior die, but it's whatever, pretty much. Like, Necrotic Wake is such a forgiving key, and you will see that later on in this specific run, that Necrotic Wake, you can have so many fuck-ups and still time the key. It's actually insane. So it didn't matter that much to us that the healer and the warrior died there. We will wait for the warrior to get here again, which is nice because my Doom Winds is not ready yet, but I want to use it on this next pull. I also will commit the Ascendance here, and here we get the buffs. And my Doom Winds is ready in like 3 seconds. So I can just Flame Shock, I can use a first Storm Strike and maybe Lava Lash. Yeah, there we go. And then we go into Doom Winds, we crash, we ascend on this big pack, and then we sunder all of it as well. We didn't have that many crits, but it's fine. 60k DPS here. Just funnel everything into the Necromancer, so all the small adds die as well. And there we go, that's pretty much it. I even wasted like 3 seconds of Ascendance. Maybe it was a little bit overkill, but still fine. Then we just focus the Marauder here, so that we get it down as soon as it casts the shield. Actually, I could have been on the Bone Mender and the Sorcerer until the shield appears, but there we go. Oh, I actually stood in the ground effect there. I was confused for a second what I died to, but yeah, there was the ground effect. I actually stood in it for a little bit, unfortunately, because I couldn't see it. Maybe it was under the Spear of Bastion. No, he actually didn't use it. I don't know. Maybe I was just not paying attention and died to that, unfortunately. But yeah, not that big of a deal. We just get rest up. We use another rune, and we just walk past the next trash. With the Mind Soothe there on the mob from the priest, we don't even have to invis or anything. We can just walk past it, and we should be all good here. I'm supposed to take the 3rd set of weapons, by the way. So the weapons that are over there, by the way, in in the next section of the dungeon. So last set of weapons, I think it's the warrior that took them, maybe the rogue. And yeah, the next one is gonna be for me. So now we play the marauders here. The thing is, I know that my Doom Winds is kinda wasted here. If you delay it just like a tiny bit, you can get the rest of the Doom Winds into the shields actually, which would be better. But I have to use it here to make it line up for the big pull afterwards. So pretty much this right here, I play without Doom Winds now. I could have also played the Marauders without Doom Winds, played this with Doom Winds, then the Tormented guy without, and then the big pull with Doom Winds again. But I noticed that it works better for me if I use it on Marauders. I should have delayed it a little bit to get some more value on the shields. But yeah, then I play this without it. I play the Tormented guy with Doom Winds again, and then depending on how high the key is and how much damage we have, it's gonna be ready for the big pull again, basically. So here I instantly use it, and we play Oros here with my Doom Winds. I keep Wolves because I want to have them for the big pull, and now I just hope that pretty much we take a minute to kill the Tormented guy and activate the Goliath for the next orb buff to go into the next like big pull, basically. So that's what I'm doing right here. And yeah, this guy, pretty much like no Tormented like Lieutenant is actually that difficult, I would say. Even in high keys, because it's all like dodgeable things. The only ones that could be a little bit sketchy are probably the heal reduce one, Varuth or whatever he's called, and the fire one. Those two can be a little bit sketchy from time to time, especially if you chain them onto like other trash packs, basically. But if you don't, then there shouldn't be any problem with that at all. You can, which is what we did here, open the Goliath early to get the buff to finish off the Tormented, because as I said, I mean, they have a lot of HP, and then the buff will be long enough to do the big pull as well. You can see here, we take the right pack and the middle pack and the left pack probably into the skeletons. This is like a typical big pull that you do with Goliath buff in high Necrotic Wake keys. We burst 90k DPS here even. Like, yeah, with the buffs, it's actually insane what Ascendance can do here, and Sundering especially. And then we just completely delete the pack. Like, I'm at over 60k, the Warrior's over 60k, and the Rogue is over 50k at the end of the pack. So, yeah, it's actually quite insane how easy packs like these are if you have the buffs for it. I took the hammer here because they told me to take that. And then I join them on the pack where we just have to kill the Necromancer, basically. I'm a little bit late to the pack, but that's perfectly fine. It's not like a very difficult pack. It can sometimes be sketchy on Fortified, but on most Fortified keys you actually just skip that pack instead of playing it. So yeah, in Tyrannical it's definitely fine as long as you interrupt the mages and throw some stuns in there, throw some kicks, CC, everything in there. You shouldn't have any problem whatsoever. We still have 23 minutes left here. Like 68% of the trash already done. You can see how easy Necrotic Wake is. And you can see it here. You can see on the minimap our Paladin is leaving, right? He's walking all the way back because he forgot to pick up the orb that we need. So then he notices, oh shit, we skipped the pack back there. So the Paladin, you can see he's running back. And the Rogue is running there. We're wasting even more time than we would have needed to waste by just going back and picking up the orb, right? So by things like this, you can see the Rogue in the background just riding his mount over there to pick up the orb, because we need both orbs. There's one behind this dead Goliath here, and one on the other side of the bridge that we missed, basically. And yeah, it's very important that you have both of them, because you can do like very big trash pulls upstairs, which is like another like tool that Necrotic Wake gives you to basically just time the key for you. So I don't know how much time exactly we wasted here. Probably like around 2 minutes, like 1.5 to 2 minutes of just standing around not doing anything. It's kind of nice. It gives me a little bit of time to let my Ascendance come back off cooldown, which is good, of course, because it's tyrannical and we want to kill the boss as quick as possible. I actually use Wolf's Doom Winds here on Varuth because we want to chain the boss late into Varuth, basically, with a spear. So if you stand on the right side of a Ruth and you spear the boss, then he will take the damage and the boss will take the damage. And that's pretty much what we plan on doing. So to get him low enough to where we can do that, I basically just used my Wolves and my Doomwinds. Could have also only just used Doomwinds and save Wolves for the boss. But since it's such a short cooldown on 2 minutes, I thought I might as well just use it here already. So now we get into position. There's the spear. It almost kills Varuf. There he dies. We Bloodlust. I decide to pick up the power to have it for the boss fight. Some groups just pick up the power after they finish the boss. But since there are no ads in the beginning, I thought it was better to just do it. We could have just saved Lust for a couple of seconds until everyone picked their power and then Bloodlust. But yeah. So my Doomwind's already ready again. I also use Ascendance here. And I just funnel everything into the boss. We CC one, like the crossbow guy over there. And the thing is, for this boss on Final Harvest, if you didn't know that, when the boss casts Final Harvest, every ad needs to be either dead or CC'd. Otherwise, it's pretty much a wipe in a very high key. So yeah, we got the shackle there, so that ad didn't matter. The other ads are they got killed off prior to it. So yeah, boss already down to like 50%. You can see the warrior doing insane amounts of damage because of his spear. And it's pretty much like the most important thing in a very high tyrannical Necrotic Wake is to keep the Necrotic Bolt from the boss interrupted, because that can almost one-shot some people. Not exactly, but almost. You want to keep mages CC'd and interrupted on the ads. We got one blind there and we got one shackle there. And the other ads, you just want to kill them the whole time, so that on Final Harvest you don't have any issues. They also ramp up quite a bit of damage, so if you just ignore them and they like shoot and hit and cast the whole time at the group, that can potentially kill you as well, especially in high keys. It's so much damage that they are doing. So you gotta take care of them, just cleave them down. As an Enhanced Shaman, of course, we can always use them to just funnel damage into the boss, because, I mean, at the end of the day, the boss has to die as well, right? So yeah, the boss is down to like 12%. We get a last set of ads, but at this point, because the boss is so low, we just CC them and pretty much just funnel into the boss to finish him off. We won't get another Final Harvest because it's like 12 seconds away, and we can easily finish off the boss before that. And that is pretty much second boss done. We still have to do everything upstairs, but we have 2 orbs. So if you didn't notice, like the orbs that they picked up, you can see it here over this guy. He has a little orb floating above him, and this guy to the right here as well. I don't know if you could see it that well. They will absolutely destroy the next couple of packs. We can go very big here because orb damage is just utterly broken. You can just completely evaporate packs like that. You can see we pull in. We actually play the spare parts first. That's what some people do as well. Just pull the spare parts that like patrol and kill them off before you do the big pack. There we go, all of them are dead. And now we have a double pack. I think we leave it at a double, we don't triple it. In a 24, and with that much time that we have left, it's not really necessary to go triple. Some people go triple. And you can see the rogue is just doing like 220k DPS. So orb damage is actually just out of this world. It's probably the strongest tool in Necrotic Wake to kill shit. It's not really good for single target fights, so pretty much you don't want to use an orb on bosses. That's what some groups do, but I definitely don't recommend it. Yeah, pretty much they have so much value in AoE that I'd much rather use it on like a double or a triple, or just like a big solo pack basically, and just AoE blast with the orb. It's not really worth it to use it on a boss. And you can see this was like very efficient. He did almost 3 million damage there. By the way, if you check my overall damage here, it should be pretty obvious in Necrotic Wake. Damage is always like scuffed anyways. But yeah, my detail is not counting out weapons. I just wanted to mention that weapon damage is within my details. So yeah, the rogue is not actually doing 20k overall DPS. Just if anyone wasn't aware of that. Again, on the Flash Crafter, as with the first one in the dungeon, we want to kill the stuff like the other mobs with the Fleshcrafter. Then we want to enrage him here. Then we pull Sogodon, so we can just use the enraged Fleshcrafter again to throw the cleaver onto Sogodon, just kill him off. You can see here, first one is hitting him, look at the HP. He's losing like 20% HP with every cleaver here, which is actually kind of insane. So Fleshcrafter, definitely if you know how to handle them, a lot of value there, can save you a lot of time in high keys. And definitely a tool that you should use if you want to time high Necrotic Wake keys. The next one hits, again, like 20%. We already have him very, very low, like at 12%. And at this point, I'm not even sure if we will get another cleaver. Probably we will get one more. No, we actually just decide to finish both of them off because we don't need the last cleaver. And we pick the next Anima Power. Now we do we have two? Yeah, we have 2 packs left. So we play the one to this side, and then we have the one to the other side still. Pretty much, we don't really need every cooldown for the third boss because we save 2 spears. For the third boss, that's typically what you want to do. You want to double spear the third boss and want to bloodlust the last boss in a tyrannical key. We also saved hammers for the shields on last boss, so bloodlust and a couple of hammers should be fine to get that done. And then you just have the spears for third boss. You don't really need bloodlust for the third boss then, even in high tyrannical keys. So yeah, the hammers on last boss, of course, you get the shield, right? That does pulsing damage, and it's more and more the longer the shield holds. So what we decided to do is pretty much we bloodlust in the beginning, so we don't need hammers in the beginning to break the shields. And then when people get Dark Exile and they get sent down to the ad, that is when people upstairs don't have cooldowns ready for the shields, then we use hammers and break the shields that way. It definitely helps if you're in voice comms with your group, so you can pretty much like talk about if you have cooldowns upstairs, if you have enough damage to break shields quickly, if you want to use a hammer, stuff like that, you know. That is, especially in high tyrannical keys, the last boss is pretty much what breaks people's necks in a lot of groups. So having the communication there and knowing exactly who wants to do what with what cooldowns, who has how much damage on what situation, you know, that's definitely gonna make your key a lot easier, basically. Now we get these double stitching assistants here. It can be a little bit frustrating to deal with, depending on how they stand and when you can't cleave. You pretty much want to down them pretty evenly though, so that you don't end up with one throwing cleavers at your group. You definitely, as long as you can, want to use the cleavers to just kill the other one and vice versa. So yeah, I didn't see that I got bopped here. I saw it pretty late, so that is why I ran away in the beginning and then I had to charge back. And this is exactly what I'm saying, like the one assistant is almost dead, so we definitely have to funnel into the other one, so that we don't end up just standing here with like one assistant at 80% HP while the other one is dead. So we don't want to kill the one assistant, we want to get the cleaver on this guy. Now both of them are very low, now we can just finish off both of them. I get the interrupt there on the stun. And before this last cleaver, actually it goes off there and kills the warrior, unfortunately. But yeah, that was just unfortunate timing. We should have killed it a little bit quicker, but nothing too bad. So yeah, we play the next pack. The warrior released, so he's just gonna fly up from downstairs again. We have 2 more packs to play, and then 2 bosses, and then that's the key. We have 12.5 minutes, so that is definitely more than enough for us to time the key. I think I will use probably like Wolf's Doomwinds, maybe even Ascendance here. Yes, I even use Ascendance here, because as I said, I don't exactly need it on third boss. It would be nice to have, but not exactly needed. So even if it ended up not being ready again for the third boss, that's no big deal. I will just have it for the last boss, and then it's gonna be all good basically. So yeah, we're just cleaving down this pack. Gonna make sure to kill Gorgrind again. Kinda sketchy in a raging week, so the tank has to kite here a little bit, but we just kill it off, and now we go on to the Gorgrind bits, get them down as well, and yeah, then it's one last pack. Still 11.5 minutes. Sometimes, even though it's a tyrannical key, in very high keys the trash can take quite a bit. So the biggest tip that I can give you there is to not sit on your cooldowns for a lot of time. I've played keys like the last couple of weeks with a lot of classes. Some people, they just sit on their cooldowns for so long and just miss out on so much damage. It's actually insane. So you definitely don't want to waste it. You know, if there's like 2 enemies left, both of them are at like 20%. Of course, you don't want to blow an Ascendance into that, right? That's kind of obvious, right? But just think about, will you get full value out of your cooldown, and will it be ready for the important moments again? And if the answer is yes, then just send it. Don't sit on it for too long. Here, by the way, we used the last orb that we still had because we just didn't actually end up using it. We used it on this pack to get it down quicker. Because as I said, on single target on boss fights, it's kind of unnecessary to use orbs there. And we get the last trash pack down. That's all the enemy forces completed. We got 10.5 minutes, 2 bosses. So yeah, that should be pretty easy. And there we go. We should be pulling 3rd boss in a second. The healer's still regenerating some mana. We're pulling. So on this one, there's a couple of tricks that you can do to make this fight easier for you. Of course, you can already stand where I'm standing right here for the first meat hook, so you don't have to position yourself once you actually get it. There we go, I got it. Turn the camera to make sure that I hit the boss here. We pull the boss down, and then we will double spirit. Actually, we do use Bloodlust on this. Actually, the whole time in the key, commentating this, I was lying. I remember we didn't plan on Bloodlusting here. We didn't plan on it, and you typically don't do it. But for some reason we did choose to do so. You also want to hit the 2nd hook onto the boss, so that while he's chasing someone, you can just hook him back. That will cancel the following basically. And then the next hook, before you kill this creation, you want to pre-hook the boss basically. Then after you hook the boss down again, you want to kill the first creation because you get the 2nd one. And if you get multiple creations, they can hook each other, and then you miss the hook on the boss, which is definitely not what you want to do. You want to have the hook on the boss again. You get the fixation here, but it gets hooked and cancels it. That's exactly how you want to have it. If the boss is very, very low, you can have 2 creations and just finish off the boss. That's fine, which is what's going to happen to us here. But yeah, earlier than that, you definitely don't want to have that. Pre-hook again, already positioned there so that the hook hits the boss. And there we go. Below, I think it's like below 5% boss HP, he won't like leave the room again. So yeah, but anyways, we pretty much have him down already. And we don't even have to position the hooks anymore because the boss is just dead. We have 8.5 minutes. We have so much time that we actually don't need Bloodlust on the last boss. We can just like play it. If you play the last boss clean, you can play it as long as your healer has mana. The only issue would be if you don't play it clean. But if you play all the mechanics accordingly, you don't really need Bloodlust. Even though it would be highly beneficial to have it here. As I said, it was a couple of days ago that we played this key. I can't really remember like why we decided to Bloodlust 3rd boss instead of last boss. There probably was a reason for it. I can't remember it, but yeah, as I said, it's fine if you play this clean. So, since my Doomwinds isn't quite ready because I used it to finish off the 3rd boss there, I will just have to stall a little bit in the beginning here. Now I can use it. I use my Wolves, my Ascendance. We get first shield, as I said, with cooldowns, with everyone upstairs because we didn't have a Dark Exile yet. It's, you know, it's easy to break the shield. Do you see these stances? 3 melees stacked perfectly on top of each other, just running in a circle with the Comet Storm. No one getting hit. That's exactly how you want to see it. Very clean. We get the Frozen Bind here. I get Dispelled on it. Actually, I sprinted out of it and I got Dispelled. So that's a little bit of an unnecessary overlap. I had to sprint there a little bit to catch up to the warrior because he pre-stepped a little bit to the tank, I think. But yeah, as long as you make sure that you don't get hit and you don't run like exactly in front of someone else, then it's perfectly fine. Fine. Next, Frozen Bind. He pre-freedoms it. I think the tank freedomed the warrior there, if I saw that correctly. So now we have the next Comet Storm. I get exiled here. As an Enhanced Shaman, you have, as a Night Fae Enhanced Shaman, you have Soul Shape, you have Charge, you have Ghost Wolf, and if it was ready, I had Spirit Walk as well to get to the ad. because you rack up stacks here as well, so you want to finish this phase as quick as possible. I would never use Doom Winds here, ever. You have so much front-loaded damage anyways with just Stormstrike procs that it's gonna be fine. You don't need to use anything here. And once you kill it off, just use the Angel, fly upstairs. You gotta make sure when you get back to the platform, to the boss platform, to walk to the edge, to place the ice patch there. Then you have the damage increase afterwards. So we just go over here, we place it, then we run into the boss. We have the the Common Storm as well. So I kind of cut off the rogue there a little bit. I thought he would just like walk with me, but he didn't. But it's all good, I still have cooldowns up. And just do all the damage that I can with the damage buff as well. Now the warrior has been sent down and we have a shield here. So I'm not sure if we actually use something here. I think the rogue said that he had cooldowns, that he was in dance right now. So like one dance is pretty much enough to break a shield. And the Comet Storm also clean as well. Rogue and me stacking the whole time there. Warrior places the ice badge and comes to the boss again. He pre-freedoms me. I break the shield here. Probably didn't need to hammer the shield there because the warrior was in his Spear of Bastion and in Warbreaker as well. So maybe he could have broken the shield. But since the boss is already pretty low, I thought might as well just use it there. It's down to 30% already. Rogue is coming back now. We got PI ready for the Rogue. Rogue has the damage buff in a second and he has dance. So I think that's what they're gonna use here, if I remember correctly, to break that shield. Actually the PI is not getting used. Maybe they were just waiting for him to place the ice patch. Yeah, there we go. Now we got PI and he's just destroying the boss kinda. Like sub-rogue boss damage and cooldowns is actually kinda insane. So definitely not the worst PI target during cooldowns. And yeah, boss is down to 22%. I'm flying upstairs again. Pretty much for the last time. We won't really get any more. I soul tape out of that because there was already like an ice patch on the ground. I dropped mine here. I got cooldowns, I got the damage buff. We don't need any more hammers. There's the shield, but I mean, I got all the cooldowns running right now, so we will just kill it off instantly. Comet Storm again. Stacking with the rogue and the warriors downstairs still. Boss down to 10% now. It's pretty much just gonna die. I don't even think that we will get another exile. Because we just have the damage for it. We still have like over 3 minutes left. He pre-freedoms me again. Last shield of the boss fight here. We just break it. We don't really have that many cooldowns running, but as I said, one cooldown of a DPS is basically enough here. And once the warrior came back here, we just finished the key. And that's pretty much it. Yeah, as I said, in my overall, there's still weapon damage in there. So, you know. Yeah, pretty much an easy key, honestly. Necrotic Wake, not really that hard. Like, as I said, the tools. If you have a good group and they know how to pull trash and how to use the tools to their maximum value, then the key kind of just times itself, I would say. It was a clean key, it was fun to play, even though we stood around for like 2 minutes waiting for an orb. Still worked out because it's Necrotic Wake. It was a good group, nice people, was a lot of fun to play the key. And yeah, with that being said, I hope you enjoyed watching the video. Hopefully I will find the time to make more videos. You may see I'm moving right now. Like, this is not my new apartment, this is just like a temporary place where I'm staying right now. So October is gonna be a little bit sketchy with finding time for videos. But if you want to see me live, as I said, twitch.tv/waveswow, check my stream out. Maybe you would like to watch that, and you know, because I'm almost streaming every day, I would like to see you there, pretty much. Hope you enjoyed watching the keys, and with that being said, thank you very much. Hope to see you in the next video, on the live stream, whatever you prefer. Hope you have a great day, and yeah, peace.